Hello, this is Lisbeth Ryan, the Communications Coordinator here at HIU.
As a student of the Black Ministries Program in the 1980s, the Reverend Carolyn Dixon had the pleasure of meeting BMP's founder, Bishop Thomas Hoyt. She talked to us about how excited she was to see the launch of the Howard Thurman Center for Justice and Transformational Ministry this year. During the interview, Carolyn spoke openly about how HIU has enabled her to embrace religious diversity, a valuable mindset that she carries to her current position as part of the ministerial staff in an AM East Zion, North Carolina church.
Welcome, Carolyn. It's a pleasure to have you in this little space where we talk about our students' lives. And we know that you belong to the Black Ministry Program. Could you tell us how did it impact your life and what are you doing now after you passed through our program?
I had been through some emotional things that I think probably they were catalysts for me to, I think I was searching for some answers. I enrolled in the Black Ministries Program. I had met Dr. Hoyt through one of the groups that I sang with when he first came to Connecticut. Mm-hmm. And he spoke, and I think at that time it was determined that he was going to be at the seminary and he was going to start this program. And I think that might have spurred me on. I'm not sure. It's been a while. And so I took the Black Ministries courses and I finished that program. So I would say that was the middle end of the 80s. Mm-hmm. In 1990, I had been searching, and I had, I think I had some experiences that led me to believe that I was to be called into the ministry. Mm. And so it was in 1990 that I accepted the call into the ministry. Now, I don't know how much you know about the Black church, but the call is really important in the Black church. We don't tend to say, well, I'm going to go to college and I'm going to become a minister. We tend to say, we received the call to go into the ministry. Anyway, I prayed about it a lot because I was very dissatisfied and I had a yearning and I didn't know what was going on. Mm-hmm. And I prayed about it a lot. Mm-hmm. And finally, in a dream, I felt that what God was calling me to was the ministry. And after that, I didn't have that dissatisfaction anymore. I didn't know what I was going to do with it, but because at that time I was in my 50s. Right. Okay. So I proceeded to answer the call in a church service. It was a Sunday after Easter. Mm-hmm. And from that point on, I went through the various stages and steps in AME Zion Church, which you start off as an exhorter, and then you get to be a local preacher, and then you eventually get ordained a deacon, mm-hmm. and then finally an elder. And that's the highest level that you go.
That's beautiful. So what are some skills or something that you learned in our Black Ministry Program that switched your life completely? Like, what's something that had a big impact in your way of thinking or in your way to, on your mind?
I think, fortunately, I was open mm-hmm. to. I believe very strongly in education in every area, okay? And so I think coming to the seminary opened my eyes to what religion, not only Christianity, but religion is all about. when I was there, we had quite a large class, people from various backgrounds. Some had, little education, some had a lot. At that time, I had 2 master's degrees.
Mhm.
And because I was open, I was able to see the advantage. And I think the advantage of going to a school like that didn't limit one's vision.
Mm.
I have always been open to diversity, if you will. That even though I'm a Christian, I believe that there's a reason why there's so many different religions
Mhm.
or beliefs. I believe that God is bigger than any of us,
Yes.
and consequently, He has a reason for all of the diversity, not only in race, but also in religion.
Yes.
I have actually, even in my travels in Virginia and in South Carolina, have shared with people that I wish you could go to the Hartford Seminary, because it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to change you in a negative way, but it opens you up to what's out there. So that's, to me, one of the major things, to be in that environment,
Yeah.
to see the diversity, to see people living together in harmony without negativism, not putting each other down because you happen to be this, that, and the other.
What you're saying is it's true, and that's one of the main reasons why we changed our name from Hartford Seminary to Hartford International University for Religion and Peace, because that this new name embraces the diversity and being open, and then having interreligious, intercultural students to have a broad mind and open. I like the word when you say you were open and you felt all the time that you were open, and that's something that we embrace here, the diversity, how you were mentioning it. So thanks for sharing that. And do you know about the Howard Thurman Center that we just launched in this year?
Yes.
So
yes. My cousin sang. That was my cousin Wayne who sang.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, that's amazing. Yes.
Yeah.
So I know you have some feelings about this center, the Howard Thurman Center. Tell us about it a little bit, please.
Well, first of all, it's wonderful to know that the Hartford Seminary, Hartford what are you calling it?
HIU.
HIU.
Yes.
HIU is paying attention. Of course, Howard Thurman has been gone a while. But the fact is that you're paying attention, and that he, of course, represented not only a theologian, but he was a mystic, and when you read some of his work, I have to read it twice, maybe 3 times to really get what he's saying, because I think, embodies that universality, that it's not a labeling of, I don't know if I'm making myself clear. I think I have a friend here. We were just talking the other day about how Christians, for example, have a language or vocabulary that we use all the time. And if anybody listens in from the outside, they don't necessarily know what we're talking about. And yet I feel like when I read Thurman, it's language that is available to people, not just Christians, because it's not, it's not so labeled and pinpointed as Christianity. There's a lot of humanity in it. I'm searching for words right now, but I think you understand what I'm saying. We tend to label,
Yes.
and I think this covers what I felt about the seminary. Even though I was in the Black Ministries Program, I didn't feel like I was limited, or that I felt that the paradigm was larger than that. It was open, and that anybody could understand it. Now Thurman is I might call him very deep and profound, which of course he was. So when I said before that I might have to read things more than once, that's because it was profound, not because he was limiting his vision and what he sensed and felt in I think in his spirit. I think he was talking to every man, every woman, not just one group, And so I'm glad that the seminary is recognizing that this Black man, this African-American male, contributed so much to theology, to learning, to education. And it gives me a sense of pride as we have contributed to this society, this culture, this country. It speaks well of an organization like the seminary, that they wanted and chose to name that center for him. And that's what we need. I think we need, in this day and time, I think we need a global perspective, a universal, what am I trying to say? You know what I'm saying, perspective. We need to stop confining ourselves to little boxes. Yeah. I don't think God means for that. I know that he made us separate and different and all that kind of thing, but in terms of getting along and the harmony of it, there's a reason that we're different, but there's also a reason why we need to get together. We need to not be having what's going on in Ukraine.
That's true. Absolutely.
We need to not be having what's going on right in this country, with the kind of separation and who doesn't deserve to be here and who's in charge and that kind of thing. And I think the seminary, I wish there were more of those organizations in this country. It might help with some of that. You can't do it, it's like each one reach one is our motto. Each one and teach one for Christ is our motto. But it's also about teaching people how to get along and accepting the differences.
Yes, diversity.
The diversities and so forth. Good luck with your new position.
Thank you.
Yes, and let me know if I can help in any way.